Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are ready. I've said it before, but right now we are on the brink of something absolutely massive. And the most interesting part about it is most people will not be able to catch this. And I speak from experience when I say it's so easy to make money in a phase like this, but the reason most people, almost everybody, misses out on these massive gains is not because it's hard. It's not because, oh, all the crypto prices come down. It's because they either deny that it's happening / are skeptical because they don't know what to buy and in that same nature don't know how to buy, or because they're just not quick enough. And I've stated many times on this channel, I am not a financial advisor, but I've also got nothing to sell you. The only thing I'm doing is telling you guys exactly my investment strategies, my plays, and my game plan. Nobody who's followed my channel for more than a year could be at a loss right now. Matter of fact, I find it hard that any person who entered crypto that's watched my channel for at least a little bit could be at a loss because we've gone up for an entire year straight. I've been making videos on this channel consistently for 7 years. We've got 4,000 videos out there. And so any person who is not in profit right now is just not following the strategy properly. But that's not a bad thing because I understand there's a learning curve, there's an adoption curve, and for the most part, crypto is scary. Investing as a concept is scary, and I also understand it's human nature to deny things that look too good to be true. But one of the reasons I keep making videos here on this channel, you've got to understand, is because we're building a track record. I just took a look at some of the videos that I posted 1 year ago. I talked about, hey, things are about to turn around, things are about to get crazy. And the majority of the comments were people being negative, saying that the crypto prices were about to dump further. And I don't mind that because at the end of the day, nobody has a glass bowl. But what I find funny is that even now when we're talking, people don't want to admit that they're wrong. And even now, just below $40,000 per Bitcoin, people, for some reason, not everybody, but some people, like to still think that we're not in the bull market. I don't know what else I can tell you. If you keep saying that we're not in the bull market, it's gonna be over before you finally step in. Think about it logically. We've been going up in the crypto space for an entire year and a month straight. If you're gonna look back at this at some point in the future, any point in the future, this was an extremely bullish time, and the bull market at that point started a year ago. Because when did the bull market start? Where the pattern shifted from lower highs and lower lows to higher highs and higher lows, which was a year ago. $40,000 is not far away. We've set this for $20,000, $25,000, $27,000, $30,000. 35,000, 37.5, and now for 40,000. And there's always people in the comment section saying it's either not gonna happen, we're stupid, or something. And that's what I quickly say. Every single one of you who presses that like button every day, I'm making these videos for you. I appreciate you guys a ton. And the same thing for people who have those notifications on. If you had your notifications on, for example, when the Ripple lawsuit ended a little while back, massive gains, and I keep saying in this crypto space, you cannot afford to not have your notifications on. You can always decide to not watch the video if you get the notification, but you should always be notified because what if something crazy happens? We can make a massive trade, a massive move, just that point, and you skip it because you weren't notified. I have notifications on for so many people because if you're in the investment landscape, in this case you're a very volatile one, you cannot afford to miss out on an update. But now I've got some interesting things to say, so listen carefully and make sure that you've pressed that like button because it's an important update. Many people have shown criticism towards XRP. You think I care? It doesn't matter what most people think because most people are wrong. Literally, if most people are hating on something, it's probably the right thing. Very huge important alert. Seems like Richard Tang's journey from regulatory chief to Binance's CEO is the plot twist no one saw coming. Especially not Bitcoin maximalists. There's a new champion in town and it's XRP, with Ripple spreading its wings over Binance's vast empire, tearful maxis, and it's time to embrace the Ripple effect. And before we dive too deep into all that, I've got a little thing to set straight here. Somebody in the comments, I think 2 days ago, asked about this whole uranium situation. So the situation is as follows. What these guys do is they get real uranium and tokenize it. So it's a real world asset tokenized. In no way, shape, or form is you buying this affecting my money. Please understand, you are not buying this for me. I am investing and I'm sharing an update with you guys for in case people are interested. I personally am quite bullish on uranium, and I didn't know of any interesting, I should say it differently, any simple ways to actually get a hold of it until I came across this investment opportunity and I went for it. But again, if you type in uranium price, you'll see it's gone up exponentially, just absolutely crazy. Obviously, I wish I found out about it earlier, but if you're a person that's into precious metals or any commodity for that matter that's non-digital, it's just something else to consider. And I found some proper guys that I'm able to buy it through, so I'm sharing about that. This one though, it can only be bought on Uniswap. If you go to CoinMarketCap and you take a look at uranium 308, you can see there's a contract address right there. And here you can see the only pair that's available because, again, they're just starting out. But I think they're going to get absolutely massive. It doesn't matter how massive they get, though. That only adds for liquidity. The most important thing is the peg remains. But since they own the uranium and every unit you buy is a pound, yeah, pretty massive. And again, I'm not being paid by them to talk about this. I do not want to increase the price of uranium. And similarly to XRP here, I'm not looking for clicks. We're talking about serious things. At the end of the day, we're talking here about life-changing money, life-changing opportunities. And as I said at the start of the video, most people are going to be too skeptical. They're going to be in a denial phase. Matter of fact, the reason most extremely stupid people, or around, I'd say middle stupid people, get extremely wealthy, extremely rich, is because they don't make these mental blockades. If you're a smarter person, very often what happens is that you keep thinking of all the bad sides stopping you from doing something. Sometimes it's good, but to make crazy amounts of money, there's risk involved. I've said before, I've lost so much money on investments. The goal is not to not lose money, it's to make so much more than you lose. If somebody tells you, hey, they've got a 99% success rate, they're a liar or an insider trader or something like that, because it's nearly impossible. Or I guess the only one way to go about it is if you only get into, which is nearly impossible, but hey, top tier projects, so you just don't have many of them. Or, and this is the majority of you guys, you just get in at the right time, and the right time seems to be kind of now, because right now it's already pretty hard to lose money as the market's going pretty hard. But let's talk about XRP. So what's going on here with this guy? He's the new CEO of Binance. Crypto Insight says, do you understand what's going on and what's happening yet, Anon? Richard Teng is the new CEO of Binance. It says right there, Chief Executive Officer, Financial Services Regulatory Authority, and Abu Dhabi Global Market. I think I'm going to actually see him at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix this Sunday, which could be interesting because Binance is also sponsoring an F1 car, right? Anyway, board director, Lulu Financial Group, part-time. But as you can see right here, Ripple, a while back, partnered with Lulu. And this was whilst he was there, because he worked from April 2021 to November 2022, to spread XRP-powered RippleNet. And the interesting thing is not, that all of a sudden Binance is going to hop on Ripple's ass or something like that. It's mostly that before, it was interesting how many of these news outlets, many exchanges were kind of against XRP, but potentially, and I'm presuming it's the case, Richard understands the value proposition and it could be something bullish to keep in mind. Besides that, I've said this many times before, there are crazy interesting things in the pipeline for the near future. And whenever something occurs to me that is important to do well in the crypto space, I'll tell you guys about it. And again, I appreciate every single one of you who presses that like button every single day. Just a couple more notes, but I'll talk about this more in depth a bit later. More exchanges are going to be sued and gone after, period. It's going to happen. You're hearing it right now. Apple, Samsung, all these different tech behemoths will eventually go crazy for crypto wallets. Again, anybody saying, no, it's not going to happen, because get back into your corner. It is going to happen. There's no question about it. It doesn't make sense for a bank to facilitate the trading in something that's literally meant to take them down. The reason they do it is because there's money to be made and they want to keep everything within their ecosystem. If crypto is going to take them over, you might as well make money on it. If my entire business is going down, at least let me grow my business by becoming a big facilitator of trade in the currency, in this case here, that's going to take my business down. Banks, a lot of banks are already allowing you to hold crypto there. It's going to expand massively, but I think the most important step is going to be this. Tim Cook, the reason they're not holding Bitcoin is because you're not holding Apple stock because you want exposure to Bitcoin. I understand that. But just like how they're expanding Apple Pay or your Google Pay or whatever to have loan functionality, credit card functionalities, etc., they're going to expand it as well at some point to allow you to have, or rather to never need to leave Apple. Never need to leave their little bubble. Apple's not a bank yet, but they kind of are, because you've got the loan payments, you know, the pay later thing. You've got a card from them now. They want you to put money on there. So they're getting there, and you understand what I mean. And once more, I'll tell you that there's going to be many people who deny that the bull run is here and say, nothing's happening. For the most part, these are people who can only take the easiest of easiest bets, meaning when everything goes up, they make money. The practice, the art, the real money is made by identifying the cycle, knowing what's hot right now, and acting upon it. And if you can't handle part one of understanding where in the cycle that you are, or I should say we are right now, it's not a problem, but you're going to be extremely late to the party. Those are the people who make gains because everybody makes gains. Because in a bull market, if you lose, you're the odd one out. It's hard to lose in a bull market. And right now, if you think nothing is happening, I understand you might be thinking that, but honestly, it's just because you're not digging enough. I don't want to feel like a parent who says, hey, work harder, go harder or something. But I will admit right now that if you're not making money these weeks, if you're not investing actively in coins, you're wasting a lot of potential and have either not been watching my channel consistently or just don't believe what I say. And again, I don't mind. I think it'll all speak for itself though as time goes on. I've just put this out there. You do with the information as you please. Use it for your research, or I should say as a basis of your research, and then start taking a look at just how many coins are going up. If you've got your notifications on for everything, like I said before, you notice, hey, a lot of coins are going crazy on Bybit every single day. A lot of coins that are talked about massively on Twitter, like Blur, it's up 30% in a day, like 100% in a couple of days. Okay. Anyway, interesting stuff going on with XRP. I keep saying bullish things about it. I keep seeing people being critical, saying, Dusty, nothing is happening. No, it's not the part of the cycle where coins like XRP usually do well. That usually comes pretty soon afterwards though, but all comes to those who are patient. And if you only are holding XRP and you're not making any gains off of any other crypto, the only thing I can ask you is why not? Regardless of how much you believe in one specific thing, it's always worth diversifying.